Kids are lucky to be alive after being swept down a storm drain and then traveling underground for several blocks. The kids survived, and their parents issued a warning to the city. But tonight, nothing has changed at that giant neighborhood storm drain. KCTV5 investigative reporter Angie Racono takes a closer look at why not.
This is cell phone video taken by parents after their kids slid down this ditch and inside this drain.
My kids are lost. They're in the water, they're underground.
The 8 and 10-year-old traveled through this pipe for blocks.
They were in the dark and it was wet and they couldn't breathe at all and they thought they were dying.
They exited in this creek bed and the water must have forced them up on dry land. Look at all these rocks.
Right, they were so scratched up, and so no wonder my daughter had that laceration on her back. You know, it could have been any of these rocks.
You've never heard about this because the kids walked home and beat the first responders.
He isn't really talking. He's just in shock, like white, in shock. My daughter's walking, but she looks like a ghost.
The parents rushed the boy and girl to the hospital themselves.
I couldn't jump over the water, so I decided to go through. And then that's when I got sucked. I tried to grab onto something because I knew I would probably go underground for a long time and maybe die under there.
They took videos and pictures of injuries, then went home and took these videos. What you see is actually calmer than what these kids experienced.
I don't want any other parent to have to take their kids to the hospital.
Here's a bird's eye view. It was dry the day we visited, so the ditch just fades away. But the kids began traveling inside the pipe near the swimming pool. They traveled to the street. Rushing water shoved them to the right. Remember, all of this is underground. They finally exited near the park. The family in KCTV5 estimate this is 600 to 800 feet, or the length of at least 2 football fields.
Traumatic.
The parents warned neighbors.
Had that been my 2-year-old, he would not have survived. There is no way.
They also warned the city in this letter. They are strong swimmers, knowing how to hold their breaths for long periods of time, which may have saved their lives. What happened to them was horrific and traumatizing. There are dozens of children who live along this dangerous open ditch, and we must ensure that this life-threatening hazard is removed so this does not happen to anyone else. The city responded. In order to handle the breadth of storms and varying conditions, the system is comprised of a combination of open channels, bridges, and conduits. The system has been designed and constructed using the industry standard for development in the region.
It's up to code, so there's no liability on our part. And I was absolutely outraged that they think that this is safe without even coming down to look at it. And there's nothing on my part that they will do for me.
That's where we come in. Oh my gosh, and so that's where they go.
That's where they went.
A mom begging for help, trying to do the right thing, warning of danger. This is a 27-inch pipe. Large adults could slide in this drain too.
I remember coming here, and it was right here. There was a drainage area.
KCTV5 has covered this issue before.
The 9-year-old boy who just finished 4th grade here at Maplewood Elementary yesterday was walking with a buddy. Heavy rains led to swirling waters in this drainage ditch in front of the school. Suddenly, the little boy was no match for the powerful waters.
Christopher Dill died in a storm drain back in 2007. We recently spoke to his mother.
And everybody forgets about it, and nothing's done.
Almost every year, someone dies in an uncovered storm drain. They get sucked in, and either the pipe is too long to survive or they get stuck inside.
It happens all over the place, and these things are very, very dangerous. It doesn't surprise me at all.
We connected with a nationwide expert who helped rewrite the rules in Denver. Storm drains with openings larger than 6 inches now have covers, but many municipalities balk at drain covers due to the expense and maintenance.
I think they should be cognizant of the fact that this is very likely to happen again.
We asked McKinsey to watch the videos you saw.
It's amazing they survived it. It does not look survivable to me.
McKinsey noted the children in Blue Springs actually took a turn, and water was rushing in from multiple sources. Our I-team noticed many neighbors weren't even aware of this large drain until this accident. That's because you have to cut through neighbors' yards to find it. It's not visible from your backyard.
Water is dangerous.
Blue Springs Mayor Carson Ross correctly points out Blue Springs operates under the same set of guidelines as most of the metro. He also expressed concerns about adding coverings like they do in Denver.
If you went head first, you could be knocked out, you could be unconscious, and you could end up drowning. If you go feet first, you could end up breaking a leg.
So do you think it's safer for people to possibly travel underground?
No, I think it's safer for people not to get in the water.
The mayor promised to review information we gathered regarding dangerous storm drains and shared it with his public works department. His solution for now is to remind people about the dangers of water. Angie Riccono, KCTV5 News.